Title of this video is I Love America. So this video I just want to express my gratitude towards being American, being born here, and having the opportunities that I've had. My background is my parents are from Hong Kong, and I'm learning a lot about my own culture and history with these Hong Kong protests going on, and learning about Hong Kong and how it used to be ruled by the British, the UK, and it was ruled by the British for over 100 years. And Hong Kong in a way is like a merge of the East and the West. It's both, it's Eastern and Western. And they have this policy where it's like one country, two laws, so governed by two different laws. So Hong Kong has their own government system that's different from China, and it's supposed to expire in 2047. And then China's gonna pretty much take over Hong Kong and make it just one. But as of right now, it's operating independently, almost as if it's a different country. In Hong Kong, they speak Cantonese, and in mainland China is Mandarin. So when China takes over in 2047, their objective is to pretty much have everybody speak Mandarin. They have different currencies, they have different passports, different laws. So in Hong Kong, it's similar to America, where it's democratic and you have more rights, more freedom of speech, the right to protest, things of that nature. Basically, they're more American. And Bruce Lee was from Hong Kong, and the way that he was like a symbol of that type of Chinese person, like not just Eastern but also Western as well. But mainland China, that's more like Jackie Chan and Jet Li were from mainland China, and their expression is quite different. Not as much Western, more Eastern. So I'm just very thankful that I have these rights here in America, and watching those protests and those videos online, seeing them struggle and fight for these rights, and how long they're protesting, like it's almost 3 months now. Like they're fighting for rights of which we were already born into. Like the freedom of speech, the right to protest, having like more democratic way of a governing system. Like these are all things that we were born into, and I'm just very thankful that I live in this country, because if I stayed in Hong Kong and then just imagining having to go through that, it just gets you to realize like how lucky that you are to be born in this country. We do have our problems in America, but for the most part, I feel that being an American and living in America, we have so many opportunities that other people just don't have all over the world. The fact that I could even have 5 children and take care of 5 children wouldn't even be an option in China, or even in Hong Kong. China used to have the one-child policy, Now it might be 2 children. I've seen some videos with Hong Kong, and it's like the most expensive city to live in the entire world. And people are literally like, some people are literally living in closets. Their living space is so tiny. And all they do, they go to work and they don't even make enough money to pay for the living space. There's millions of people in that small city all crammed together. It's super populated, overly populated. There's not enough living space. And it's tough over there. You know, and comparing it to how I'm living here, how my family's living, you know, my parents have a home, I have a home, children have a home, we have cars to drive, we have all this space to enjoy. I actually have my own business that I can make a living. You know, my sister's got a college degree, I have a college degree. We have more than enough food to eat. We got nice clothes to wear. You know, if there's a job that you don't like, you have an option of switching jobs. We have health, you know, you have health insurance. I mean, yes, there is violence, but the thing is, we even have the rights to have guns. They even gave us that right. We have the option of having a gun if we want. You know, and we have the right to vote. I mean, there's just so many things to be thankful of. You know, over there, like, you could literally be living in a closet. You know, good chance you won't have a car. You probably won't even be able to raise a family because you don't have enough money to, and there's not enough living space to raise a family. The job that you have is probably something that you don't enjoy doing. You know, in mainland China, they're not even allowed to have YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and these social media sites. They're not even allowed to speak their truth, to oppose any type of corrupted governments. Like, there's journalists that publish something and then all of a sudden they disappear. You know, and they are flooding the streets, fighting for rights of which we were just born to have. So we don't even need to fight. We just have them. You know, and you know, seeing those struggles, you know, gets you to really appreciate what you have and where you are. You know, I'm so thankful to be where I'm at. You know, I'm thankful that my parents made the decisions that they've made to be able to put me in the situation where I can raise my own family, where I can do what I love as a living. You know, where I can be healthy, where I can be strong, where I can serve to be an influence for people in my community, people in my family, for my friends, and people all over the world. I'm so thankful that in America we do have social media and such a thing like YouTube where you could generate income and make a living doing something that you love, sharing. and that we have the opportunities that we have where we get good education, and where my children could be in good schools. Where we have nice bikes to ride, nice cars to drive, we have public transportation. You know, they give us the option to own a firearm if we so choose. You know, there's just a lot to be thankful for. You know, and in the past, you know, I might have had some challenges with some racism, but that's just nothing compared to what these other people deal with in these other countries. You know, such as what is going on in Hong Kong at this moment. So, you know, people always tell me that I need to travel more, that I should visit China. You know, I've never been there, even though, you know, that's where my parents came from. But then now I realize that it's not even China that's where I'm from. It's Hong Kong, and it's completely different. Hong Kong and mainland China are different. You know, so I never really had a need to, I never felt a motivation to visit China. And now I know why. It doesn't connect with me. And with Hong Kong, there's really no motivation to go there for me either. All I gotta do is see the videos and I already know, hey, you know, I don't wanna be there. Like overpopulation, small living spaces, the pollution is horrible. Like people gotta wear masks because they don't even have fresh air to breathe. It's just so, it's going backwards from where I am. You know, I can understand if I'm in Hong Kong and then I'm watching videos of America and how they get to have all these luxuries, nice cars, big homes, nice college campuses, you know, big apartment buildings, big condominiums, big homes, fresh air to breathe, more than enough food everywhere. Then if I'm in Hong Kong, then I would want to visit America, not just visit America, but live in America. But as of right now, you know, what I would want, what would make sense to me is to go further beyond where I'm at now. So if I go to California and I see all these big mansions and all these expensive, nice luxury cars and like all these palm trees and you know, going by the ocean and you know, food that's even better than the food over here. I mean, you want to upgrade from where you're at. That would make sense to me. Is upgrading your life, not going backwards. And yes, there are problems with violence in certain parts of America. But that's all under our individual control as far as us making a transformation, you know, towards peace. That's something that we could change. You know, but with the right to bear arms, automatically there's gonna be the challenges of people that use the firearm for unlawful purposes. You know, with the right to freedom of speech, automatically we're gonna deal with people that will use speech for slander or defamation or to speak ill. Like, I see the balance, but I'm thankful that we have these rights. We have the freedom of speech. We have the right to bear arms. We have the right to vote. You know, we have the right to elect a Republican or a Democrat. You know, we have a great educational system. We have so much food that we end up having a population that's obese. We are not starving in America. So we have the ability to control our intake of food so that we are not obese. We have amazing living spaces. Apartments, homes, condos. There's just a lot to be thankful for. And that's what I want